In our last episode, we met the legends, the hackers and glitches that nearly broke Roblox. We saw how the myth of one by one became so powerful that Roblox themselves had to turn it into an official villain. The myths had become real, but after that, something changed. The myth stopped being about hackers who would get you banned. They became stranger, more personal, more psychological. Welcome back to Pixelated Nightmares. Today, we're exploring 5 myths from Roblox's modern era. From games that trap you mentally, to viral ghosts, cryptic clowns, and the one face that started a curse. These myths don't want your account, they want your sanity. Our first myth is a game that, much like a normal day in Roblox, understood that the real terror is betrayal. It was called, innocently enough, the community. It was advertised as a friendly place. A social hangout you join, and it was exactly that. A bright town, friendly NPCs, relaxing music. You'd make friends, you'd play games, you felt safe. But if you stayed too long, you'd start to notice things. The friendly NPCs would start saying strange things. "We're so glad you're here," and then, "You'll never leave. The doors to houses, once open, were now locked." The cheerful music would start to distort, slowing down. And the sky, the bright blue sky, would turn a sickly red. You'd realize you weren't a visitor. You were a prisoner. The game was a psychological trap. This myth wasn't about a monster chasing you. It was about the horror of realizing the friendly community was actually a cult, and you were its newest member. It was a masterpiece of slow burn terror, proving the deepest fear is realizing it's already too late. This next myth is more atmospheric. It's a ghost. From Roblox's past, the legend is called the Grey Phantoms. The story goes that back in 2006, some players experienced a glitch. Their textures never loaded, leaving them as solid, gray, featureless avatars, like stone statues. The myth claims these original 2006 accounts were banned years ago. But their glitched avatars, their ghosts remained. They say if you go to the oldest, most forgotten Roblox games today, the ones nobody has played in a decade, you can sometimes see one. Just standing there, watching a Grey Phantom, a specter of Roblox's past, still logged into the code. The proof is always blurry, low-quality screenshots. Is it just a player who didn't load properly? An NPC a developer forgot about? Probably. But this legend survives because it taps into a very real fear, the fear of abandoned digital places. That feeling that old, empty spaces are never truly empty. As Roblox grew, the myths became more elaborate. Enter GOZ. GOZ wasn't a hacker. He wasn't a ghost, he was a horror performance artist. His avatar was a clown, but he presented himself as a doctor. His legend was that he would join random games, not to destroy, but to interact. He'd walk up to players and speak cryptically. He'd perform medical checkups. He'd ask things like, "Are you feeling yourself today?" Or "Don't worry, the sickness will pass soon." But GOZ wasn't alone. He was the ringleader of an entire group of myths, the circus in the sky. He had friends like YUCKO, an unpleasant clown, and ZOOZYQ, another strange character. They weren't hackers, they were role players. They created live events, built bizarre games, and spoke in code. GOZ was terrifying because he was smart, he was unpredictable, and he created an entire new genre, myth hunting. Players didn't run from him, they sought him out, hoping for a cryptic interaction. He proved that a myth could be a celebrity. If GOZ was the myth of the forum era, Jenny is the myth of the TikTok era. The legend takes place in one of the most safe and creative games. Welcome to Bloxburg. People spend hundreds of hours building their perfect homes. They lock them, they feel secure, and that's where Jenny appears. The story is always the same. You're in your Bloxburg house, doors locked. And suddenly, you see her, a girl with a simple avatar, black hair. She's standing in the corner of your room. She doesn't move, she doesn't attack. The player types in chat, "Who are you?" How did you get in? Jenny just types ... double quotes in chat. And then she vanishes. This myth exploded on TikTok, creating a viral panic. Was it a ghost, an admin? The truth is a mix. Most were pranksters using glitches to get through people's walls and scare them. But the myth got so big, the idea of Jenny, the ghost who can't be stopped by your locks, became real. She is the ghost of the viral age. We've arrived at our final myth for today. It's not a game, it's not a player, it's an image. A simple decal uploaded to the platform. They call it the smiling man, or simply smile. I'm not going to describe it. I'm not going to show it because the legend is that it's a cursed image. The legend says if you see the original face, your account becomes marked. You'll start to see it everywhere. In the sky of other games, as graffiti on a wall. On the faces of other players, the myth became so infamous that it inspired its own horror game, also called Smile. In it, you're hunted through a dark maze by the face itself. The community even gave the entity behind the face a name, Melvin. The smiling man is Roblox's Slenderman. It's our version of the Ring. It's proof that a simple JPG file can become the platform's most powerful monster, created by our own collective fear, games that trap you, ghosts from the past, cryptic clowns, viral spirits, and a face that curses you. The modern myths have become psychological. They play with your mind. We've covered almost everything. The glitches, the games, the hackers, and the modern terrors. There's only one thing left. We've saved the biggest for last. In the final episode of Pixelated Nightmares, we face the icons, the legends that define terror on Roblox. We'll talk about the panic of March 18th, John Doe, and the most famous urban legend of all time, Guest 666. It's the grand finale. You won't want to miss it. If you want to see how it all ends, make sure you're subscribed. And as always, remember the deal: 1 sub equals 1 new Roblox short. Thanks for watching Pixelated Nightmares.